Alright.
Hi, this is Catherine Roseanne with Board Game Geek here at SPIEL 2016. I'm sitting here with Frank Teven from Queen Games, and he's here to talk about Armaggedon from the ground up.
Right. Yes, it's a 3 to 4 players game, 14 plus, so it's a core gamers game. Finally one again from us. So yeah, Armaggedon has happened, and like the subtitle says, from the ground up. So each player tries to rebuild their city. So each of us have one of those city boards with 4 buildings to start, and we're gonna get more buildings during the game, which they all have, most of them all have special actions that we can take during the game. But at the core, it's a bidding game. So on the board, we have 3 boxes where we bid on stuff to get more buildings, to get more guys.
That you can then build into your area.
You can build into. So the idea is that every round, there's gonna be a threat for us, which is the marauders that are trying to tear down our city. So depending on the round, you increase those markers depending on how many marauders will attack you. And then we're going to start the bidding. So whoever has the most victory points will start the bidding round, meaning we have, of course, we have meeples that work in our town with different colors. So we have the purple guy. Every player has just one of those. This is the leader. He can change color, so basically he's a wild or a joker. We have the green guys, which are the normal workers. They can do basically all the stuff, but not as good as the specialists, which are the blue guys, which are the soldiers, and the the yellow ones, which are like engineers that can repair damage and get you new stuff. So, what do we bid on? So, or what do we auction off? So basically, the starting player is, like I said, the one who has the most points, and he chooses one of the 3 spaces, puts one of his player markers there, and says, okay, my bid is 2 guys. It doesn't matter the color there. So it's 2 guys, then the next player goes and he says, okay, you don't have to put it in the same spot. You can also say, okay, I want to put it somewhere else. And I don't know, you put some guys there. Okay. This we will continue until we have all made a bid in each of the 3 sections.
Okay.
So what are we bidding for? In where the backpack is, that is meaning we're bidding on these cards in the top row and on new meeples that come into our town. So the idea is you get the card and the meeples on top of it. The cards work pretty much, it's a set collection thing. So meaning at the end of the game, if you have, other way around. If you have gasoline, if you have 1 card, you get 1 point. If you have 2 cards, you have 3 points, 5, and so on and so on. So you want to get mostly the same to heighten.
The more you get, the more.
But with this card, I would also get the guys. The green ones would go behind the screen, and the red ones are marauders. They go back into the bag where you drew them from, and you have to increase your threat this round. So meaning you have to fight off more. This one goes into my hand, and I keep it secret from other players. So this is this area to bid on. The second one is for the new buildings. You bid there to get new buildings. The buildings you can build directly into the town. Let's say I get this building. Okay, I get the building, which gives me a special action, which gives me a housing point, which I need because, of course, my people have to live somewhere, otherwise they're unhappy and leave the town. And I can take this and build it anywhere on a free spot, or if I don't have this free spot anymore, I can build it over another building, but then, of course, the other building is gone. And you get one of these little chips that you see here, which basically is a one-time bonus or one-time bad thing that happens to you. So if you get the green one, you just take another card, increasing your chance to get the same ones, to get more points at the end of the game. This one meaning, okay, you have to increase once again the marauders. So, and the way you choose is very simple. So whoever has the highest bid gets to choose first. Whoever has the lowest bid gets to choose last. If there's a tie, let's say we have those players had bid 2 guys, that will mean that still the white player will go first because he has made his bid the first. The same as with the last position. There's one other thing. So once we go through the bids here, whoever has the highest bid will get the extra bonus that is listed in the green. So you get 2 victory points. The one with the lowest bid would have to subtract 2 minus points from the track. And that goes for all the bidding spaces. So the first one gives you the cards plus new meeples. The second one is for the buildings and the one-time bonuses. The third one, you don't actually get something from the board, but these guys you take back to your town, and those actually do the actions on the board. So only the guys you put there, they can actually work in your town and get you new stuff. So the primary goal in every turn in your city is to get rid of the marauder threat. Meaning, okay, this guy, my leader, could change his color to blue and fight off 2. So let's do that. Okay, he fights off 2. For every marauder I fight off, I get a point. So sometimes you might want to have more marauders because you're getting points for it, if you can handle it.
As long as you can handle it.
As long as you can handle it. I've got one green guy more. Okay, I put him over here. I can still subtract 1. The other one, I don't see any chance to actually do it, because here I need another green one to actually fight off somebody. But I could place my yellow one over at this card, which means I draw 3 of the equipment cards, and then I choose one, increasing my chance to actually get the one
that you want to continue collecting.
Right. So, but what happens with the one marauder I couldn't fight off? That means he increases my damage. And this is a damage track. It goes up 1 space. And the token stays at the space it was before, because next round we're getting new marauder threats, so we increase it from the space it was last time. So always good idea to fight off the marauders. Because once we increase the marauder track again, we each have to deal with our own damage track. Meaning, let's say our damage was here, so we increase
symbol that is
1 marauder,
visible.
we lose a victory point, we lose a victory point. If the marker any time is there, you lose your leader, which means you have to place him here, and you only get it back if you decrease the damage, which you can do, which is another action on the board you can take, of course, to get rid of the damage. That's basically how the game works. So every turn you increase the marauder track, you do your damage track each individually, then you take your bets or your bits on the different sections, and you get the bonuses, and you check whatever you get there, and then you choose in order the cards, the equipment cards plus the meeples, then the buildings plus the one-time favorites, and then you take back the meeples that you have in the third section and do the actions on the board. After you've done that, of course you got new meeples that you taken from the first
that you have.
But now you have to place them. So you have to have a new housing spaces to actually feed them all. So in this case, I would have 1 guy left. That means I can choose whichever one has to leave town. So I would choose the green one because the blue one is far more valuable. And he has to go back into the bag, and it would lose 2 victory points for each one I have to get.
So you don't want to get too many men in, because then you can't house them all.
Yes. So it's always like, do I want them? I don't want them. After the third round, there's a little scoring, intermediate scoring, which means so that every player that has, for every blue guy he has, at that point, he will get 4 victory points. So there's a little bit of where you want to play towards. At the end of the 6th round, you're getting points, 3 points for each weapon or for each medicine you have collected. And at the start of the game, we have more of those tokens. Normally every player would get 2 ones behind the screen, and he will choose at the end of the game 1 of this to score just for him. And after 6 rounds, you just count up the points, doing all your equipment cards that you have, getting the points for those, and whoever has the most points wins Armaggedon.
How long does the game take?
The first game, I would say, takes 1.5 hours. After that, you know the game, you know the symbols. It takes an hour.
And how many players did you say it?
3 to 4.
3 to 4. Each one with their own player board and all these gorgeous pieces and this really beautiful artwork, I have to say.
Thanks. Right.
Thank you so much. That is Armaggedon from Queen Games.